And start by wiggling our fingers or toes to do a little bit of yoga today. Just kind of warming up the body. Gonna roll the shoulders back and down. Shake your head yes. Loosen up the neck. And then inhale, lift both hands high to the sky. Climbing a ladder, we'll lift one side, then we'll lift the other. Breathing in and exhaling out. You'll feel the rib cage lift off the hip. And then take a deep breath in, lift both hands up, exhale out through the mouth, pushing out all the toxins that are in there. Big inhale, exhale out. One more time, lifting up. Let the hands trace down the legs to something we call a rag doll. This means we relax the knees, relax the body, let the body hang, and kind of sway side to side, shifting the weight. It does not matter where you're at. Just be relaxed forward. It's called a rag doll because it has no bones in its back. It's just made with rags, scraps of fabric. If it was carried, it would sway to and fro. You might draw little circles on the floor with your fingertips. It's called pebbles in the pond. Your fingers are in the warm water, trying to trace the circles around the rocks at the bottom. And then reverse the direction, going the other way. Come back to the center and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Push the toes into the mat, tighten the glutes back behind to come to a standing position, and the shoulders lift to the ears and push back and down. Now, if you do nothing else today, I want you just to remember to lift the shoulders to the ears, push them back and relax down. Breathing in, exhaling out. Big inhale, big exhale. And then we'll hold here, adjust the feet where they're comfortable as the hands go out and up. And we're going to lean to the left, what we call a crescent moon. Now, hands can be together or they can be apart. It doesn't matter. Some people bring their fingertips close. We're going to think of pushing that right heel into the mat. Kind of push the right hip out to the side a little bit. So we're creating a curvature of our crescent moon. Breathing in and exhaling out. Allow the left arm to lower. Right palm is going to turn up, so we kind of turn the elbow out and up to the sky like we're blocking the sun rays. So we look up to see the sun, feeling that big stretch under the arm. You might bring the elbow back a little bit more. Breathing in, exhaling out. Inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, empty out all the air. Breathing in, expanding. Exhaling, emptying. Place your hand on top of your head. Let the head fall over to the right side. I want you to wiggle the fingers on the left. Let's get some blood flow to the hand. And then turn the palm up and down. Turns up to the sky and down to the ground. It's moving the shoulder, the deltoid muscles, getting blood flow into the arm. Now turn the palm facing down. Place the back of the hand on your lower back, like you're pushing the palm towards the back wall. And then I want your hand to lower down towards the ground, so your shoulders dropping. We're getting a little bit more of a stretch in the neck here. Breathing in. Exhale, empty out all the air. I'll slowly lower the chin, lower the nose to look down towards the ground at that right hip. Feeling a little bit more of a stretch on the neck and the shoulder, that trapezius muscle. And then the right hand on top, it comes up and down, lowers to the ground. We adjust our feet, wiggle our fingers, inhale, lifting up. It's a little yoga march, hands come together, and down, heart center. A little pressure with the palms, and a prayer pose. Relax the shoulders down. Here, we're gonna take a big breath in, think of expanding the rib cage. Then exhale, empty out all the air. I want you to think of tucking the belly button inside the rib cage, so it's kind of hiding in the center of the body. Inhale, expand. Think of filling the torso. Think of filling the hips with oxygen. And then exhale, empty. Once again, we're going to inhale. This time, fill your toes with air. Lift the arches of the feet, but the toes and the heels still touch the ground. And then exhale all the air out. Push the arch down into the mat. So inhale, lift the inside of the foot. Exhale, push the foot back down into the ground. So that breath is in the foot. You feel it in your feet as we lift the arch. Exhale, lower. Now we're going to change, lift the hands up to the sky. Lean over to the right. That crescent moon on the other side. Hands can be together or apart. It doesn't matter. Whatever feels best for you. We're thinking of pushing that left heel down into the mat. Left hip pushes out to the side. Go ahead and lower the right hand where it feels comfortable in our crescent moon. Creating that curvature of the body. Just to where it feels good for you. Go at your own pace. And then turn the palm up, elbow pulls back. We look up to see the sun. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out. Improving the range of motion of our shoulders, stretching down the rib cage. And stand tall, place your hand on your head. Stretching the neck. Readjust the feet as needed, or wiggle the fingers on that right side. Turn the palm up and down, loosening up the shoulder. Arms soft like a noodle. Just getting blood flow in that arm, that shoulder. And then the palm turns down. Push your hand like you're going to push on the back wall. And then place the back of the hand on your lower back. And then let it slide down the back side. Breathing in. Exhaling out, lowering that shoulder a little bit more. Breathing in. Exhaling. We're going to look down at the left hip, turning our head, lowering our chin, A little bit deeper stretch on the neck on the back side. That trapezius muscle. Just being gentle with the body. Remember, if anything hurts, back off. Don't do it. Listen to what your body needs. Every body is different, so everybody will be different in their poses. Then we're going to look back forward, take the hand off your head. Comes out and down, readjust. Inhale, lift both hands up. Little yoga march, push the palms to the sky, lifting the roof off the building. You're going to feel the fingertips have a little weight on them. They kind of pull back as we lift the roof up. Feel that rib cage lifting up, stretching the stomach. Breathing in, exhaling out. And then the hands come out and down wherever it feels comfortable. Shoulders roll back, readjust the feet. Now from here, we're going to stand hip distance apart. I'm going to take the left leg straight back. I want you to lift that heel up and down. It pushes down into the ground behind. Front knee is bent. Now when you bend that front knee, I want you to see your toes in front. If you can't see them, walk them forward a little bit more. And I want the back heel pushing into the ground. Now we're going to straighten that back knee. If it wants to bend, we're going to straighten it so you feel that stretch behind the knee and into the calf muscle back low. Great job. Now we're going to move on to our pose for February. Those crescent moons that you just did, that was the poses for January. But it is the beginning of February, so we're going to do our Warrior One, which means our hands are going to lift up. You can lift one hand high to the sky. You can have both hands if you would like. But you're welcome to have the hand on the knee. I want you pushing the big toe, the baby toe into the mat, all four edges of the foot. Now the hands can be anywhere it feels comfortable, anywhere in front. Shoulders can relax. Remember, you can have one hand or both hands on the knee, or one or both hands up. Now we'll slowly lower the hands back down. And we're going to rock back and forth. Lift up the back heel, lift up the front toe. Back heel, front toe. It's called a rocking horse. We want to do this a few times. This helps to prevent calf cramps, helps to prevent shin splints. Up and down a couple times. And then we'll step all the way forward, walk in place. Wiggle out the fingers, the toes, roll your shoulders. Shake your head yes, because you feel pretty good. Stand hip distance apart. We'll bring the right leg straight back. Heel pushes into the mat. Make sure the heel pushes down and the front knee is bent. If you can't see the toes when the knee's bent, walk the toes a little bit farther forward. So then you look down and you can see them easily. Push that back heel into the mat. And you can stay right here with your hands on the knees, feeling that deep stretch behind the knee as it straightens on the right side. But if you would like, you can lift one hand up or both hands, or keep both hands on the knee. You get to choose. We're tightening around the center of the body while digging the toes into the mat. Breathing in, and exhaling out. Great job. And our hands gently come down to the knee. Out of our Warrior One. We're going to lift up the back heel with our hands resting on the knee, shifting your weight. Lift up the front foot, back heel, front toes, back heel. A rocking horse. Do that a few times. Prevent calf cramps, shin splints. And then we'll adjust. We're going to stand a little bit wider with our feet. I want you to bend and straighten the knees. Getting up and down a couple times. We're going to try to loosen up our hips. Warm up the legs. In our frog pose, we'll inhale, lifting up. And then our hands come out to the side. We bend the elbows. Spread the fingertips wide. I want you to stretch the palm of the hands. Fingertips as wide as they'll go. Elbows pull back. And then we bend the knees in our frog. The knees kind of push back a little bit to where you feel comfortable. Elbows come back. Shoulder blades come closer together behind you. Big breath in. Exhale out. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we'll slowly lift and release the hands out and down. Turn both toes back forward. Place your hands on the upper thigh, the hips. Make sure all the tension's off the toes. And then I want you to keep your spine straight and just push the hips back. Lean forward just a little bit. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Lean forward just a little bit. Slide your hands down so the arms are straight, the spine is straight, and the legs are straight. There's a lot of straight lines here. And our wide angle forward fold. Starting to create some triangles. In a moment, we'll move into a triangle pose. I want you to shake your head yes. Push the hips back a little bit more. Pull the stomach in. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Take a big breath in. Exhale, push the hips back a little bit more. Trying to stretch the back of the leg. Now from here, we're going to bend the knees. Like you're sitting in a chair. We're going to roll, tuck your head under, and roll up one vertebra at a time. Kind of arching the back, rolling up the spine. Push with your toes, tighten the back of the legs to stand tall. Shoulders roll back and down. Now from here, we're going to turn just one toe out. So we're going to turn that right toe to the side, left toe stays where it's at. So you have the feet facing two different directions. Place your right hand on the right knee, bend and straighten the knee. Now that right hand, it's going to bring the right knee back. So when we look down, we see the big toe on the inside and we're stretching the inside of the knee in that right leg. So the opening of the hip. And then inhale, lift up halfway. This is called our Warrior Two. We're going to relax the shoulders down, push the fingertips out and away from the body. And then we look over the left shoulder, turning your head. Now look over your right shoulder, nice and slow. Look one direction and look the other. Now as we look over the right shoulder, we're going to turn the palm up on the right hand. Lower the left hand down. So the right knee is bent, the right hand is lifted. We're looking to the sky. You can wiggle the fingers. You might rotate the shoulder if there's any tension building. You can reach a little higher if you'd like. Some people place their hand on their head and just lift the elbow. So whatever feels comfortable. This is a reverse Warrior Two. That back hand can be anywhere on the back leg. Now go ahead and lower down the right hand. It touches the right knee. Bend and straighten the knee. We're going to change this slightly. Both legs are straight. Hips are going to push to the left. Now I want you to slide the right hand down the right leg just a little bit. Lift up the left hand. Now this is called your triangle pose. We're just straightening out. I want you to wave hello with that left hand, and then place the left hand on the hip. You're going to kind of roll that left shoulder back and look up to the sky. Feel that opening of the rib cage, stretch on the waistline. One last big breath in, and we'll slowly release. The hands slide down, and then we're going to walk right hand up. Toes turn to come to the center, both feet walk in. Now, this is called a penguin pose. It's one of my favorites. Penguins are a little wiggly, a little wobbly. So we kind of loosen up our ankles, move our fingers, roll our shoulders, loosen up our head. Rocking side to side in our penguin. Get everything loose again. We have a couple stretches on the other side before we go to the floor. We're going to hold here. Now feet are facing the front, but we're going to turn just the one left foot out. We're going to walk the left toes out a little bit more so we can bend and straighten the knee. Now I'm going to walk my foot a little bit more so that I'm comfortable with the knee bent. So the feet are facing two different directions. One forward, one to the side. Left hand touches the left knee that's on the side. The knee pulls back. I look down and see that big toe on the inside. Lift up halfway, reaching fingertips out and away. Kind of look over the left shoulder. Look over the right shoulder. Our warrior two. We look back over the left. Turn the left palm up. And lower right hand down. Right hand can be on the right leg if you'd like. You can wiggle the fingers at the top. You might rotate the arm. This is our reverse warrior two. You can reach high to the sky, stretching, breathing in. Exhaling out. You can even have your hand on your head saying, woe is me. One last deep breath in, and we'll lower that hand down. Bend and straighten the knee. So we have our triangle pose, so our legs are creating triangles with your toes, your hips, and then your arms, your legs, and your torso will create another triangle as we slide the left hand down the left leg. Right hand goes up, and then we'll place the right hand on our hip, creating another little triangle, and kind of roll your shoulder back and look up to the sun. Breathing in, exhaling. Kind of stretch kind of around the hip, around the waistline, top here, that right side. One last deep breath in. Push with the toes, and we'll walk the left hand up. Right hand kind of slides down to wherever it's comfortable. Turn your toes forward. Walk your feet in that penguin pose. We wiggle the fingers, the toes, readjust, roll the shoulders back and down. Your feet are probably getting a little tired, so we're going to get ready to go to the floor. You can draw little circles. We're going to lift up halfway. And then reverse the circles. And we'll come up to the sky. I'll lift the roof off the building again. Big stretch. Get ready to say goodbye to the sun. And hello to the earth. Our hands are going to go out and down. Face the legs down to the ground. And just hang for a moment. You can sway side to side if you would like. Soften the knees. You might draw circles on the floor with your fingertips. And then bend the knees. We're actually going to touch the floor with your hands. Step back to all fours. So you step back with one foot. Step back with the other foot. And we're going to go on to the knees. Now this is where if you would like to place a pillow underneath your knees, that might feel a little bit more comfortable. Is we're going to lower your head to the floor. Hips will be high. It's called a child's pose. Hands can be forward. Hands can be next to the side, the feet, whatever feels comfortable. Adjusting the body. Hips can be high or low. Your hands can even be underneath your head if that's more comfortable. Called a child's pose. It's a sleeping pose or resting pose. It's to slow the heart rate and slow the breath. Now we won't be on our knees very long. I'm going to have you place your hands underneath your shoulders, lift up to all fours. And then from here, we're going to go to a cat and a cow. So I want you to tuck your head under, look at your belly button, round the spine, arch the back like a cat that's scared or upset. And then lower the belly button and look forward. Think of bringing your bottom lip over your top lip, sticking out the jawline, and then push the hips back to the back wall. This is called a cow. Exhale, tucking under, flexion of the spine, rounding, arching the back. And looking forward to the cow, the extension of the spine. Exhale to the cat, tucking under, pushing with the fingertips. Inhale to the cow. One more of each, tucking under. Hips tuck in towards the shoulders. And then big breath as the hips push back and away. We'll come to a nice flat back. Wag the tail of the cat, bringing the left shoulder to the left hip, looking at the left hip. Right shoulder to the right hip, looking at the right hip, wagging the tail side to side in our side cat. Now we're going to come down onto your elbows. I want you to shift your weight forward and lay down on your stomach if you can. I want you to extend out your right arm. One of my favorite poses is called the scarecrow. We're going to lay your right ear on the mat. Now, if you don't want to lay on your stomach, just bear with me 1 minute. We're going to do one side and then the other and we'll be done. Big breath in. Now, some people stack their hips on top of one another. This opens up the shoulder, the chest, the pectoral muscles. You can stack the hips or you can stay on your stomach in your scarecrow. We'll roll back onto your stomach and change sides. Extend out that left arm. Look over to the right. Rest that left ear on the mat. Stack the hips if you would like. Breathing in. Exhaling out. In your scarecrow. Then we'll come back onto your stomach. Place both hands underneath your shoulders. Lift up to all fours. Take the knees a little bit wider for our frog. We're going to come onto our elbows and adjust the knees in or out. Your elbows can be bent, hands can be forward, or they can be out to the sides. So we stretch around the knees, around the hips. It's our frog pose. You're going to place your hands underneath your shoulders, lift up to all fours, bring the knees to the center, lean to the side, and then the feet come around to the front. Now, if you'd like to sit on a pillow, you're welcome to do so, to have the hips lifted a little bit off the floor. It might be a little more comfortable. We're going to shake out any tension in the legs, rub the knees, point and flex the feet. and the left knee. Now your foot can stay right where it's at. Some people choose to cross it over. It does not matter. We're going to bring opposite hand or right hand to the left knee. Left hand is going to come out to the side or towards the back. And we're going to look over that left shoulder and look a little bit behind you here. It adds a spinal twist. I'm going to take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Push all the air out so you can get a little bit more into the twist. Then we'll come back forward, place one hand on the knee, one hand on the foot to cradle the baby. And to rock it side to side now. That hand also could be anywhere on the leg. We're just loosening up the hip. So I know it's a little funny. Just kind of rock and cradle however you feel comfortable holding on to the leg. Some people have it really close, some people have it really far out. You have your hands anywhere on the leg. And then place this foot on the floor. We're actually going to lean that left elbow onto the left knee and kind of open the hip a little bit. So it's a half butterfly. You've probably seen this before with both knees bent. But we're just opening the hip on one side, being gentle with the body. So kind of lean over and into the bent knee. Now, if you'd rather just have your hands on the knee, that's okay. Just be gentle with the body. Big breath in. And we're going to walk your hands to the center and over to the straight leg. When we get to that right side, point and flex the foot. And then bring the toes back towards your nose. Feel that kind of stretch behind the knee. Walk your hands up to the hip. Look up to the ceiling or the sky. And then lean forward with the torso. We're trying to feel the stretch behind the knee as the toes pull to your nose. Look up to the sky and lean forward. Big breath in, expanding the rib cage. Stretch comes as you exhale out all the air. Your belly button tucks inside the rib cage and kind of hides towards the spine. Now we're going to change or add on by taking that right hand back behind you, towards the hip, towards the back wall, and then look over that shoulder, over the right shoulder to the back wall. Breathing in, exhaling out. Bring both hands back to the center. Slowly lift up. Take that bent knee. Extend the leg out. Rub the knee if it's bothering you at all. Make sure there's blood flow back to the bent knee. We'll change to the other side. You're going to bend your right knee. Place the foot on the floor. Cross the foot over if you would like, or leave it right there. Left hand stays on the bent knee. Right hand comes back behind you. And we turn your torso, your shoulders, your neck to look behind. Spinal twist, sitting down. Come back forward. cradling the baby, rocking it side to side, however you feel comfortable. So your hands could be anywhere on the leg, the foot, the knee. Cradle and rock the baby. Feeling that loosening of the hip, keeping it nice and warm and supple. And then we'll place the foot on the floor. Take the elbow if you'd like and lean into that hip. Have it open up a little bit more. Of course, you could just have your hands on the leg if that's more comfortable. Leaning forward, shifting the weight towards the knee. Big breath in. And exhale out. I'm going to walk both hands to the right side, point and flex the foot if you'd like. Then we're going to bring the toe back towards your nose. Walk your hands up to the hip, look up to the sky, and then lean forward. So we're pulling the toes back, looking up, and just shifting your weight to the front. Breathing in, exhaling out. Feeling that stretch on the back side of the leg, the back side of the knee. Big breath in. Big exhale. We'll take the left hand back behind you and look over the left shoulder. Then we'll come back forward. And then hold in the center, lifting back up. Shake out any tension in the leg. Point and flex the feet. Shoulders roll back and down. Shake your head yes. Loosen up the neck. And then we're going to bend the knees. Get ready to roll like a ball onto our back. So that means you can either lean to the side to come onto your back, or some people lean straight, roll back and forth a couple times. You decide how you'd like to roll like a ball. Now eventually we'll be on our back and we'll draw a few circles with our hands on our legs. Just kind of massaging the spine down low on the back of the hips. And then reverse the circles that go the other way. And then place the feet on the floor. A bridge pose. We lift the hips up off the mat, pushing the toes and the heels down into the ground. Now, if you'd like, you can use your hands to lift the hips up, or your hands can just relax anywhere to the sides. We're strengthening the knees and the ankles and the core, strengthening the glutes as we lift up in our bridge. Breathing in, creating that straight line from the knees to the shoulders, shifting the weight, getting fresh oxygen to the brain, creating space between our organs as gravity carries everything downwards. Gently lift the heels off of the ground. And then think of your shoulders. We're going to roll down from the shoulders first, one vertebrae at a time, until the tailbone touches the floor. We're going to let the knees fall to one side. They gently fall to the other. Well, this is a spinal twist, sitting down or laying down. So a knee sway. Allow both legs to fall to the left. And we'll just hold. As they fall to the same side, we close our eyes. Kind of slow the breath, breathing in. Exhaling out. You might turn your head away from the knees to the right. Bring the knees back to the center and slowly let them sway side to side again a couple times to each side, loosening up any tension in the hips, the lower back. A low spinal twist. Allow both legs to fall to the right. We'll look to the left, closing the eyes, slowing the breath, inhaling, expanding, exhaling, relaxing, melting into the mat. Slowly bring the knees back to the center and bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little squeeze, a gentle hug, and a rock side to side. And then lengthen your toes to the sky. You might point and flex the feet a couple times, hands anywhere on the legs, it doesn't matter. And I want you to bring your toes back towards your nose, push the heels to the sky, feel as if you're lifting the roof off the building, stretching, lengthening, feeling that stretch on the back of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves, toes coming towards the nose, belly button pushing down into the ground, towards the spine. And then relax, release. Let your hands slide up the legs. It can be anywhere on the knees, the ankles, the feet, if you'd like. Knees can be bent or straight in a joyful, happy baby. You can rock side to side, massaging the spine if you choose, or just stay still. You can have the knees all the way bent. You can have one leg straight, one knee bent. It could be a silly baby. Some people even place their hands on the bottoms of the feet and push their knees to the ground. It's whatever feels comfortable for you and your joyful, happy baby today. Just loosening up the hips. And then we'll bring the knees back to the center. Give the legs a little squeeze. One last hug, a gentle squeeze. And we place the feet on the floor. Lengthen your toes to one side of the room. Stretch your fingertips to the other side of the room. And then I want you to wiggle your feet. Move your toes from side to side. And wiggle your fingers. And then flex your feet. Make a fist with your hands. Stretch. And then bring your hands down next to your legs. Roll the shoulders, stacking down. And then we'll make a fist here. Tightening all the muscles in the body, flexing the feet, wrinkle the nose, and tighten, squeeze, and then release. Feeling the difference of the relaxed body. Let's do that one more time. Flexing the feet, make a fist with the hands, tighten the muscles in the face, tighten, squeeze, and release. Now this is your corpse pose. It's used for rest and relaxation. So we close our eyes, we close our mind, and let our body be at peace. Keeping your eyes closed, we're going to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, and slowly roll over onto our side, whichever one feels right for you. For another moment of rest, another moment of relaxation. When you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. Wiggle your fingers. Let your eyes begin to flutter open. And walk yourself up to an easy sit position. Sitting up, your legs can be bent or straight or anywhere in between, wherever it feels comfortable for your body. We'll draw a little circular motion at the top. And then reverse the direction, maybe go the other way. We'll come to the center, lift the shoulders to the ears. Face push back and down. Feel that stretch of the shoulders lifting. Exhaling as the shoulders lowering. You can do this throughout your day. Help the body relieve tension and stress in the neck. Let the hands fall to the sides. Inhale up to the sky. And down heart center. We're going to change this slightly, having the fingertips touch. Let the hands drop and the back of the hands come together. Lower the shoulders so the hands lower. Shake your head yes. Stretching the back of the wrists. Shake your head no. And shake your head yes again. And we'll inhale, lifting up. Exhale out and down. Inhale for your body. Inhale for your mind. Inhale for your spirit. Bring your hands heart center. And namaste. And thank you for joining me today. we're going to practice getting on and off the floor. Now, some of you may not have any problems doing that, but we're going to practice it just in case. We're going to bring the knees to the center, however you're starting, and we're going to have one hand on the floor and lean to the side. We're going to go to all fours. So have both hands on the mat, lift up the hips, the knees underneath you. Now we're going to take one foot out to the side, so we have one knee down, one foot on the floor. The foot that's back behind, that you're on the knee, we're going to dig that toe into the mat, and we start to use our hands. So we're kind of like in a football stance, and we lift the knee on the back side up off the mat. So we lift up the knee, this hand on the front foot, and then walk our hands up. So you have one leg straight, then we do that rocking horse to come back and forth, slowly lifting up. Now I did it a little fast, so just go at your own pace. And that's how you get on and off the floor.